Imagine a world where death is not the end, but a journey where the soul must navigate treacherous paths and face divine judgment to reach eternal life. In ancient Egypt, this journey was guarded and guided by one of the most mysterious and revered gods, Anubis, the jackal-headed protector of the dead and master of mummification. Anubis is a figure shrouded in both reverence and mystery, a deity who straddles the boundary between the living and the dead. With the head of a black jackal and the body of a man, he is instantly recognizable in Egyptian art and mythology. But Anubis was far more than an icon. He was the guardian who ensured that the dead received proper rites, the embalmer who preserved bodies for the afterlife, and the guide who led souls through the perilous underworld. In a culture deeply concerned with death and what comes after, Anubis held a vital role. He was believed to oversee the delicate balance between life and death, helping souls pass from the mortal realm into the eternal. His presence was both comforting and awe-inspiring, embodying protection, transformation, and divine justice. This video will take you on a journey into the heart of ancient Egyptian beliefs about death, exploring Anubis's origins, his sacred duties, and the symbolism that made him an enduring figure for thousands of years. From sacred rituals and funerary art to modern interpretations, Anubis's story is a fascinating glimpse into humanity's quest to understand mortality. Join us as we uncover the secrets of Anubis, guardian of the dead, a god who continues to captivate imaginations and reveal the mysteries of life beyond death. The origins of Anubis stretch back deep into the mists of ancient Egyptian history, long before the grandeur of the pyramids and the rise of the great pharaohs. His worship likely began in the earliest periods of Egyptian civilization, emerging from a mysterious connection between jackals and the dead. Jackals, scavengers often seen near burial grounds, became natural symbols of death and the afterlife. Their nocturnal habits and eerie howls led Egyptians to associate them with the protective spirit of the necropolis. It is from this primal connection that Anubis was born part man, part jackal, guardian of tombs and the embalmer of kings. In the complex Egyptian pantheon, Anubis holds a unique position. He is traditionally described as the son of the goddess Nephthys and either the god Set or Osiris, depending on the mythological version. This lineage places him at the heart of the cosmic struggle between order and chaos, life and death. Anubis's role evolved over time, initially as a funerary deity responsible for protecting graves and guiding souls. Later, he became closely linked with Osiris, the god of the afterlife, assisting in the judgment of the dead. This association reflects the Egyptians' growing sophistication in understanding death as a transition rather than an end. His black coloration symbolizes not death, but rebirth and fertility, the fertile black soil of the Nile, a reminder of the cycle of life and renewal. Anubis's jackal head is more than a symbol of death. It represents vigilance, protection, and the sacred task of guiding souls safely to the afterlife. Understanding Anubis's origins helps us appreciate his deep significance to the Egyptians, both as a divine guardian of the dead and as a bridge between worlds. Central to Anubis's divine role was his intimate connection with the art and science of mummification, the sacred process that preserved bodies for the journey to the afterlife. Ancient Egyptians believed that preserving the body was essential for the soul's survival and transformation beyond death. Anubis was regarded as the original embalmer, the divine guide who taught humanity the secrets of preservation. He oversaw the embalming rituals, ensuring that the sacred rites were performed correctly and that the body remained intact for the Caithlife Forseo recognize its vessel. The process was complex and meticulous, involving the removal of internal organs, drying the body with natron salts, and wrapping it carefully in linen bandages. Priests, acting as followers of Anubis, wore jackal masks during these rites to embody his protective spirit, invoking his power to guard the deceased. The opening of the mouth ceremony, often presided over by Anubis, was a key ritual performed to restore the senses and enable the deceased to eat, speak, and breathe in the afterlife. This spiritual act symbolized the transition from death to eternal life. Through his role in mummification, Anubis became a symbol of transformation and hope, guiding the dead from mortal limitation to divine immortality. His presence reassured the living that death was not an end but a sacred passage under divine protection. Anubis's association with mummification illustrates the profound Egyptian belief in life after death and the power of ritual to bridge worlds of belief that shaped one of the world's oldest continuous spiritual traditions. Beyond the sacred rituals of mummification, Anubis played a crucial role in guiding the souls of the dead through the perilous journey to the afterlife. Ancient Egyptians believed that the soul faced many challenges after death, and Anubis was their protector and guide. One of the most significant moments in this journey was the weighing of the heart ceremony, a divine judgment held in the Hall of Two Truths. Here, the heart of the deceased was weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth, justice, and cosmic order. Anubis presided over the ceremony, carefully balancing the scales to determine the purity of the soul. If the heart was found to be lighter or equal in weight to the feather, it meant the deceased had led a righteous life and was worthy of entering the eternal paradise ruled by Osiris. However, if the heart was heavier, burdened by sin and wrongdoing, it was devoured by Ammit, a fearsome creature part crocodile, lion, and hippopotamus, condemning the soul to oblivion of fate worse than death itself. Anubis's role as judge and protector made him a figure of immense moral authority. He ensured fairness and upheld the divine laws, guiding souls with compassion but also with a stern duty of justice. This ceremony symbolized the Egyptian belief in accountability, morality, and the eternal consequences of earthly actions. Anubis stood as the bridge between mortal deeds and divine judgment, embodying both mercy and the unyielding law of Ma'at. Anubis's image is among the most recognizable in ancient Egyptian art, symbolizing his vital role in the spiritual world. Typically portrayed with the black head of a jackal and the body of a man, his appearance embodies the qualities associated with both the animal and the divine. The choice of the jackal is deeply symbolic. Jackals were commonly seen near cemeteries, scavenging but also guarding the dead. Anubis's black coloration is not a symbol of death or decay, but of regeneration, the color of fertile Nile silt, representing rebirth and eternal life. Anubis appears in various forms in Egyptian art, from statues and reliefs to funerary papyri and tomb paintings. He is often shown overseeing embalming scenes or guiding souls through the underworld, emphasizing his role as protector and guide. In many depictions, Anubis holds an ankh, the symbol of life, and Awa's scepter, signifying power and dominion. These symbols highlight his authority over life and death and his role in maintaining order. His image also evolved over time. In some periods, Anubis was merged with or replaced by Osiris as the primary god of the afterlife, but his unique identity as guardian and embalmer remained intact. The widespread presence of Anubis's iconography throughout temples and burial sites underscores the deep trust ancient Egyptians placed in him to protect the deceased and ensure a safe passage to the afterlife. Anubis is a recurring figure in the rich tapestry of ancient Egyptian funerary texts and literature, underscoring his vital role in the spiritual journey after death. These texts, such as the Book of the Dead, pyramid texts, and coffin texts, offer detailed accounts of the rituals, spells, and guidance provided to the deceased. In the Book of the Dead, Anubis is frequently invoked as the guardian who protects the deceased from malevolent forces and ensures the proper performance of rituals. He is the divine overseer who helps the soul navigate the perilous paths of the underworld, confronting dangers and guiding it toward judgment. Spells and prayers often call upon Anubis to grant protection and safe passage. His presence is a source of comfort and reassurance, symbolizing the hope that death is not an end, but a transition to eternal life. The texts also highlight Anubis's role in the weighing of the heart ceremony, where he acts as a divine mediator. His fairness and vigilance are essential to the proper evaluation of the deceased's worthiness. Through literature, Anubis's significance transcended ritual to become a symbol of divine justice and compassion. His stories and spells were passed down through generations, preserving the ancient Egyptians' profound beliefs about death, morality, and the afterlife. These texts also provide insight into the cultural and religious values of ancient Egypt, revealing a civilization deeply engaged with the mysteries of life and death, with Anubis standing as a central figure in that eternal dialogue. Anubis's mysterious and powerful image has transcended ancient Egypt, capturing the imagination of people around the world and finding new life in modern culture. Today, his iconography and symbolism appear in movies, video games, literature, art, and even fashion, demonstrating the enduring fascination with his jackal-headed guardian. In films and television, Anubis is often portrayed as a mystical figure connected to the supernatural, the afterlife, or ancient curse-sappering in popular franchises like The Mummy and various documentaries exploring Egyptian mythology. These portrayals blend myth with creative storytelling, keeping Anubis relevant to contemporary audiences. Video games also feature Anubis as a powerful character or boss, reflecting his role as protector and judge. This digital presence introduces younger generations to Egyptian mythology in engaging and interactive ways. Artists and designers have embraced Anubis's iconic image, using it as a symbol of mystery, protection, and the unknown. His figure appears in tattoos, jewelry, and graphic art, often embodying themes of death and rebirth. Anubis's presence in modern culture also sparks interest in ancient Egyptian history and spirituality, encouraging exploration of the rich traditions that gave rise to such enduring symbols. Through these diverse expressions, Anubis continues to serve as a bridge between past and present, a timeless guardian whose story and symbolism resonate across cultures and eras. Anubis's role as guardian of the dead and guide to the afterlife reflects the profound spiritual beliefs of ancient Egypt, beliefs that continue to influence modern thought on death, transformation, and the soul. His symbolism embodies the ancient Egyptians' understanding of life as a cyclical journey where death is not an end but a transition to another form of existence. The rituals, myths, and iconography associated with Anubis emphasize protection, purification, and the hope for eternal life. These beliefs laid the foundation for many funerary customs, not only in Egypt but across cultures that have drawn inspiration from Egyptian traditions. Concepts like moral judgment after death, the importance of preserving the body, and the spiritual guidance of divine beings have echoes in religions and philosophies worldwide. Anubis's legacy invites us to reflect on our own ideas about mortality and what lies beyond. His image serves as a reminder of the human desire to find meaning in death and to protect the dignity of those who pass on. By studying Anubis and ancient Egyptian spirituality, we gain insight into one of humanity's oldest and most enduring quests: understanding life, death, and the possibility of immortality. Anubis stands as a timeless symbol and ancient guardian whose watchful presence guided souls through the mysteries of death and into the promise of eternity. His story reveals the ancient Egyptians' profound respect for life, death, and the delicate balance between worlds. From his origins as a protector of graves to his divine role in mummification and judgment, Anubis embodies the human quest for understanding what lies beyond. He reminds us that death, though inevitable, is part of a sacred journey watched over by forces both mysterious and compassionate. As we reflect on Anubis's enduring legacy, we recognize the power of ancient mythology to illuminate timeless truths about existence, transformation, and the hope for life beyond death. Anubis, the guardian of the dead, the guide of souls, and the eternal protector, remains a captivating figure whose mystery continues to inspire and fascinate.